Hey class, for my service learning presentation, I chose to volunteer my time with the Goodwill organization. I chose Goodwill because as a kid, growing up, my parents would always ask me if I had any clothes or shoes or toys that I outgrew and wanted to give away. I never fully understood why they asked me to give away my belongings, but as I grew older, I started to realize why and began to appreciate it. When I was growing up, I remember that my dad would always ask me if I had to go run an errand to also drop off the Goodwill donations he had put together in a black trash bag. And I would be doing this in Houston, Texas. It was really cool to go by the local Goodwill store in Texas, and see how excited the the workers or volunteers were when they had a drop off to intake. During my time volunteering, I had a few different responsibilities. What took up most of my efforts was greeting fellow Coloradians outside and intaking their donations. This was very cool for me because I've been on the other side of this and uh, dropped off donations in the past, but I never really knew what actually happened once you brought the furniture or the clothes or toys to the Goodwill store. I was able to experience what happened firsthand by sorting through what could be sold and what needed to be sent to a warehouse. If you received a donation and it was, let's say, clothes or like a shirt or a pair of blue jeans, and it had some tears in it, and the donator thought that we would take it in, we would send it to a warehouse um, to be refurbished, and then it would have the opportunity to be sold if anyone decided to buy it. Another task that I helped out on a lot was taking the clothes that could be sold immediately and hanging them up in the store. Um, when it came to hanging up certain clothes, it had to be organized correctly by gender, so it was easy for the customers to sort through, what they wanted and what they didn't. So if I would be hanging up the shirts in the shirt section or pants in the pants section, shoes, and so on. During this time, I was accompanied by a fellow employee because volunteers aren't allowed to work on certain tasks alone. My last responsibility was getting some experience in sales. This was very interesting to me because my major is information systems, and we talk a lot about in some of my courses point of sale systems. So, being able to take in money and process transactions with Goodwill's point of sale system was interesting to me and made me appreciate a little bit more what I've been learning in some of my ISMG courses. Not that I haven't been happy with those learning those classes already, but it just made it cool to see firsthand, a new point of sale system and how they tracked certain, donations, and you were able to see what was in stock. So that was really neat for me. Um, it was also really different seeing ski gear being donated a couple of times by Coloradians because in Houston, Texas, we never donated anything like that, but I actually had a couple donations that included some worn out ski goggles that the, Coloradian didn't need anymore, and actually like a helmet and a ski jacket. So that was pretty neat. Um, so when I reflect back on my time volunteering with Goodwill, I feel as if I learned some new skills such as interacting with those who came to donate and even the employees there. Interacting with the employees helped to expand my professional network a bit, and um, I wouldn't say make friendships, but definitely make some acquaintances with the people that work there full time. I was even able to hone or practice my social skills with new people that I would greet, and that was really cool because they are in my local community, and I was able to serve them well, and they seemed to be pretty pleased by how quickly I was able to intake their donations and whatnot. I wouldn't say that I would ever work for Goodwill because I have other aspirations with my career path. But now that I've had a firsthand volunteering day there, I wouldn't put it past myself to ever work there because they are a really great organization and I enjoyed my time volunteering with Goodwill. I feel fortunate to have volunteered there during this month because I didn't realize until showing up and volunteering for a few hours that I quickly learned it. It's been there. It's been 100 years since Goodwill's been around, and the employees seemed really excited to talk about that, and they had a very positive outlook on Goodwill's future. And I feel really proud to put Goodwill on my resume in the future, and I'm glad I could make a positive impact on the community. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.